I am here. We are making Stormtrooper, like I said on last week. I'm trying to my um get into it on my other page. Y'all know how I do. All right, so we're making Stormtrooper. I'm gonna set this up here. I guess I'll set this cup right here so I can see well. We're gonna start with white. Hey, okay, Dawn. Pretty good, and you? 2, 4, 5, 6. Coming out the. I got it in a little bin on the floor and just jumbled all up. I was trying to use gravity so I wouldn't have to do all this. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. One more. That was 8. I'm usually not a big fan of of working with white. And I probably would have chose like an off white or something, but I was just like, well, I got plenty of white. I bought the white. Let's just go ahead and use the white. But as soon as I finish him, I'm gonna put him up in like a bag or something to preserve the whiteness. So I won't be messing with him too much. Make sure this is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And I'm doing like that single closure, so it's gonna open up a little bit. I try not to double the loop when I'm doing blanket yarn because it's likely to snap. So I just use a single round in the ring. Doing one double. Use more yarn. Use that one double one. Yeah. I don't know why it does that on here. I don't really know what else to do. I try to speak up a little bit louder. And most of the time, just I'm not really like just really trying to have like a real conversation. So I'm just mumbling the whole time, really. Yeah, I don't really. I guess I do a lot of mumbling on here because I don't be really. Cause I miss my music. I like to have my music, so I do a whole lot of mumbling than I do trying to have a. Now, if I'm talking to somebody, I'll try to speak louder. But if there is no conversation going on, I'm mostly mumbling. Let me make sure this is 24. So I'm only supposed to go up to 24. If there was, take that back out of there. One, two, three, four, five, six. I drop down my hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It got some black sticks. That bothers me so bad. That's why I don't like working with black yarn. I mean white yarn. White yarn. All right. So the next is to do, okay, do 8. Go to 8. 2 through 8. So technically, this is supposed to be like a finger puppet, and I am currently not doing like the finger puppet part. I'm going straight into the I'm gonna use this as a counter. I'm going straight into like not straight into. I'm doing like the working up to the 24 stitches because this is supposed to be open here, but I'm not doing that. And especially since I'm using blanket yarn, I'm just turning it into like a plushie. So I closed mine, so that's what's going on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to do the front. I mean, do the front loop only, or is it supposed to be back loop only? Because this is the front of the stitches. And I'm looking at 8. I don't know the brand because I got so many things of hoops that I mean so many hooks. That's what I'm trying to say. So many hooks that I don't know. So I'm just using. All I can say is I'm using that 8, and I don't do the letter things because I've never gotten into like the whole letter thing, J and all that stuff. Need some more yarn, but I know it's not a Susan Bates. I know a Susan Bates hook, and it's definitely not one of those. Alright, so hopefully that does what I wanted to do. So that will be in technicality, that is round two. I need to make a note. And we're going to eight. I think they discontinued these books because I found it at a Ollie's. So if you're interested in getting one of these, I've tried to find them online. The only place I was really able to find them were at Ollie's. And when I tried to do the finger puppet part, they didn't. The finger hole was like too small or something. So I might try to do it and just adjust it to maybe 30 or somewhere around there, or 32. Let me see. They go in increments of six. So yeah, 30. I'll do 30. And then try to decrease it back down to 24. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds like a good dinner. I ate half a baked potato, a leftover half a baked potato with cheese and sour cream and salt and pepper, shredded cheese. My husband did cook dinner, and he might be a little bit annoyed because he was like, "You're not hungry." I'm just like, I was trying to eat the leftovers from yesterday that I didn't finish. I don't have a big appetite. I guess I could let Luke lay up here while I work on this. Let me grab Luke and set him over there to the side. Cause I made Luke last week. I let him hang out right there. I made him last week, so y'all can kind of get an idea where I'm going with it. Can't really see him, I guess, with his head up there. So I'll bring him down a little bit. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I got an event coming up next month, so that is what I'm working towards. Uh oh. Uh oh. Hopefully, by the end of this live, I at least made it to his head. And you make the helmet separate, so I think it's pretty cool. Hmm. Didn't know I did that. So I guess I'll be reattaching yarn here in a second. I don't know why this yarn is not attached. Or did I use this thing? Maybe I ran out of yarn or something. I don't know. Well, at least I made it to the end before I needed to reattach. What are you coming off with? I got a whole big mess in this bag. Trying to use all the yarn I messed up. I don't know why this is down off in here like this. Oh, see, where are you coming from? This is coming from the middle. This is coming from the outside. So I could toss it back in there. Look like a whole big mess. Slip stitch. Chain one. Let me go ahead and tie that together. And it don't matter if this is tight because it was a slip stitch. I normally try not to pull this too tight. Alright, go back into the same space. Drawing off the yarn. Like Luke clothes call for white too, but I went with a bit vintage white. I decided to go with vintage instead. I thought it was nicer to go with vintage. And with the stormtrooper, I'm just feeling, white. So that's the reason why I was like, yeah, with the stormtrooper, we're gonna go ahead and go with white. I'm making a stormtrooper. Thanks for the like. one more row, doing this amount of stitches in. 2. Now I'm going to count the stitches to make sure that I still have 24 in the round, because I don't like counting, so I didn't want to keep counting 24, to be honest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now just remember, I did a Darth Vader in 4-way yarn, so I think I'm gonna have to do a loop in 4-way and do a stormtrooper in 4-way as well. So that was 8. So now back loop only 24. Come on. I guess they don't want to stay up there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I feel like I counted that stitch twice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. They were back loop only. Now I go into both loops and do 24 again. I always pull my previous stitch tight before I slip stitch, because it makes it line up better before I start the row. So this is just 24 stitches again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. All right. So, wait. Back loop did this. The back loop only did that. Back loop only again. So I did back loop only, and then I did a row of single crochet, and then I'm back in the back loop. All right, back loop only again. It's harder for me to find the back loop only with blanket yarn too. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now it says 2 decrease. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. 13 through 18. warm. I'm trying to hurry up, get out this white and do something different because I get bored very easily. 2 more rows. My shoulder acting up. Trying to make sure I did the single crochet right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to make sure that I was down in the right amount of stitches. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, 18, single crochet, and it's still white. All right. Hi. 1, 2, I am working on Stormtrooper. Increase one, decrease one, decrease. Um, Come on. I kind of can see where I did the back loop only right there now. All right, that was decrease. Need some more yarn. One, decrease. All right, we get this changed to black. Going to go into that slip stitch. Before we put that black in there, pull that a little tighter. Put that black on there. Now grab both of those two tail ends to make sure it's tight. Chain one. Tie that in a knot. Tie it tight because I'm changing it at the slip knot. I mean slip stitch. Not slip knot, slip stitch. Okay, tuck that down in there. All right, now I will be doing 12. Two rows of this, I guess. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11. Need some more yarn. 12. Let's do one more row. Come on. Came all out the thing. Don't have to be difficult. Okay, one more row and then I'm gonna stuff it. Pull that tight first. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, This is gonna be the last of black, so I'm gonna go ahead and snap that. I'm going ahead and stuff it. Let me grab some fiber, and then we're gonna change it to beige. I hope that's enough. Where's my little foot? All right, trying to get off this cord before that through some more while I do this. Now try to stuff the neck tight, cause look, he's kind of wobbly over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna put fiber um, feel necessarily in the neck. I'm gonna take some 4-way yarn and put that in the neck, so his neck will be stiffer. If you use 4-way yarn, it's stiffer than the fiber, so I'm gonna put that in the neck area. I'm trying to get down this little spot that feels a little, feels like they don't have enough yarn down in there. And the reason why I break up the yarn, because I know other people do it, is because if you put it all in there at one time, it'll feel just like one big lump. So it feels more squishy when you separate it. It feels, like a big clump when you just put it all in there at one time. Stuff a little bit too tight down there. I don't like the stuff very firm because it loses its squishiness when you squeeze it if you stuff it too tight. It's on special occasions will I be like, oh, I need that a little bit firmer, like the neck. But it'll take a lot of fiber feel to make the neck stiff. So I rather use yarn because it doesn't take a whole lot. I rather use waste yarn in that area. So just in case you like, why don't you just put fiber feel there? Waste yarn is better. I think that's pretty good. Now we're gonna grab some lace yarn and stick it in the neck part, starting here, like a little bit past the neck, so that it'll all be stiff together. Try not to grab a whole big mess of yarn till it'll fall on the floor. Let me see. It might be a bit much. I might want to use the green for something else. So let's probably not use the green since it's long enough to play around with somewhere else. This is and I'm not gonna push it like hard down in there because I'm not trying to keep stuff in this area. I'm just trying to make the neck stiff. And when I finish doing the head, I'm gonna go back and put some more yarn in that area too, and then it'll further solidify the neck area. So that's what I use my waist yarn for. Areas that I want to be stiff. Got a little black on here. All right, so now we're going to change to beige or a beige type color because it really called me beige. But the color that I'm using is, hold on just a second, I'll tell y'all what color I'm using. I'm using an almond. I think that's pretty close to beige. So that's why I chose it. Get my black yarn off of my white yarn. I don't put my black and white yarn together in one bag or in one container or whatever. I try to keep them separated. Or any other color really for that matter. I was surprised it told me beige because this looks more like a nude color, pinkish color for his head, but I'm not gonna argue about it because this is partially why I bought the beige to work on my Star Wars characters. I'm not gonna argue about it. Okay, I need to pull this black. Oh, there's black in there. Slip stitch. And tie these two together. This is gonna further solidify too, solid, make it solid in that area too, because it's more yarn to go there. I'm not concerned about that falling. Like I said, I'm not gonna push it down too far. I want it to stay in the neck area. Now I need to do increase. Go back into the same stitch. Mm, two, doing a little breaking up in there. It's because I use some chenille yarn. It's spraying a little bit. Noises back there, and I'm not wanting to hear so. It might just be something on the outside falling on top of the TV. That's what normally happens. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 15, 20, 22, 24. All right, switch stitch. I need some more yarn first though. Come on, you can do it. All right, 3 increase. 1, 2, 3. Trying to make sure I'm right. Increase. 1, 2, 3. 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 Increase. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Increase. 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 Okay. All right. 25, 334. Excuse me. Trying to make sure it's in the stitch. I just count to make sure. I need some more yarn first. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that is row 25. Hi, Lily. I'm sorry, Lilama. I don't know how she got it this way. Try to keep me in the frame. Probably when I move the table a little bit. That's probably why the book won't stay up the way I want it to. shoulder is acting up. Yes, I am. I have a market coming up in next month, so I'm making these for the market and hope they do well. At this rate, I'll be done with him by tomorrow. I'm so excited. The goal is to like do at least 6 of these before my event. I want to do number 4 weight yarn ones too. I'm gonna try to see if I can stick that in there. Stick that in the back of there. I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm gonna leave that factory knot in there. I sure am. I know we say don't trust factory knots, but I swear. It will. I've seen people burn the end of blanket yarn and to reconnect it. Factory yarn really, factory knots really don't bother me as much. Now, if it was number four weight factory yarn, factory knot, I would do that one. I will take it apart. But as far as blanket yarn, no, I snap it with even pulling it apart. So, you know, I'm not gonna overly be concerned about not. I need to rotate my arm. That's the only thing about being live making these is that I have to sit my shoulder a certain way. It doesn't hurt as bad when I'll move this up some when I'm working on them off live because I'm able to like bring my arms closer to me. But when I'm on live, I have to stretch them out a certain way and they have to sit in a certain position. So it does bother me. I got 3 more rows to do of this head. I know that is a stitch. I know you're gonna go in there. It's because the way this yarn is feeding through my fingers. Right. I was on the road earlier. Excuse me. don't know if it's like the quality of yarn changed that they attach. I don't know. It's getting on my nerves. At least I'm almost done with the head. I know I'm tired of working on his big head. I'm gonna need some more fiber fill. I know that for sure. Oh, what I got left on the table is not gonna work. All right, that's 34. Now we're gonna do 4 decrees. Trying to stretch my arms out. Give me a little drink. So I got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rounds to go. Thank goodness. Because I'm about sick of him. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to calculate. Make sure I was there. So right on there. Let's get this. 4 decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm doing an invisible decrease. By the way, 1, 2, 3, 4 decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotta remember I'm on a decrease. decrease. Excuse me. One, two, three, four, decrease. Slip stitch. Oh, we need to do that. One, two, three. One, two, three, decrease. 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 Slip stitch. One, two, decrease. One, two, decrease. One, two, decrease. One, two, decrease. Awesome. That was your team? One, two, decrease. One, two. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I said I was gonna put some more. Do I need to? Yeah, I'm gonna put a few more strands of yarn inside the neck part. If I got a little bit. just to make it firm. I got a little bit. I want to make the mix stiff as possible if I can get it. I need to put some more in there. I should have plenty of this black and red, y'all. That should be enough. I'm not trying to push it down too hard. Like I said, I don't want it to firming up the rest of the body. I'm just trying to get it to firm up the neck. Now I can start putting my stuff back in there. And go get some more. Hi, Trini. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got about 30 minutes left. I'm working on a stormtrooper, and they told me to use beige for this part, so that's the reason why there's beige or a beige color yarn for his head. He's gonna have the helmet as well. Trying to make sure. Feels a little loose down there. So I need to push it down a little bit more. I need some more fiber feel. Thank you, Atina. I know I'm mixing in a little purple. It ain't gonna hurt. I ain't got nowhere else to put it. Trying to go around the crown of his head. I think that should be enough. Now I'm gonna finish closing it. I think we were on one decrease. See now his head moves like this one. His head moves not as much because I stuffed the middle of his neck um with yarn instead of fiber fill. All right, let's get to finish closing him up. One decrease. One decrease. One decrease. Come on. One. I'm used to holding them in my lap more so. And so I have to keep my hands a certain way doing live. So y'all can see and grab some more yarn. Decrease. I think that was a decrease. Come on. What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I messed up somewhere because I couldn't really see. Let me make sure I missed something somewhere. All right, buddy. Let's start over. All right, this is a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It might have happened the last row. So what I'm gonna do, 10. No, I think I couldn't really see what I was doing. This is 11 and this is 12. I think that is right. I think that's a slip stitch that I'm confused. Yeah, that's a slip stitch. Alright, because I don't think I was supposed to put a stitch right there. Alright, now we're going to do those 1 increase. So now we're going to increase all the way around. Pull them tight. trees. They're starter stitches. Getting on my nerves. Mm, 2. Let's see if I can hold it up this way. 3. I'll just do it quickly because y'all probably not gonna really be able to see it. 4, 5. Is this giving me a workout? 6. Last one. 6. Slip stitch. Bring it back to myself. Whew, that was a workout. All right, so we got 3. Get tapestry needle. Um, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, Alyssa. I hope you're doing well this evening. All right, that should be that. And now I'm gonna work on the arms. I'm not gonna be able to finish them all, but or finish both of them rather. Just I kind of leave like a long tail so I can do the tip top because sometimes it's hard to like keep crocheting with all that fiber sitting up there. Um, and so it'll kind of fill out the very tip of the head. All right, that's the body of the stormtrooper. So now we're gonna do the arms. I need 4 for to start with in black. 4 to start with in black. Where's my? Where are you coming from? I think it's right. Are you coming from the inside? Nope, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Uh oh. I understand. I knew. I was like, I know. the Super Bowl is going on, so I knew it was gonna be kind of dry tonight. So I already understood the assignment. Yeah, I got about 15 minutes left. All right, um, need four. One, two, three, four. Mm, two, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. All right. All right. Mm, mm. Excuse me. One, two, three, four. Come on, get it. Just get it on. Four, five, six, seven. Excuse me. Eight. It's three. One, two, three, four, five, six, eight. That's four. One more row. Come on. And I might need to turn this inside out after I do this row. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. where you started. I always wipe the table when I get white yarn on here. Like it's gonna really do some. Let's tie them to it tonight. And since I started at the slip knot, I can pull it kind of tight. All right, let's see. Now this one I can't really see. I know it's right up in here. All right, that's one. Let's see if I can push this back. Mm, I'm not gonna worry about it. That's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, five, seven, two. Yeah, I got about 5 minutes left. So I plan to be back here tomorrow at the same time, 8 to 10 p.m. Central. So hope to see you guys then. I'll make sure I count this 7. These I can mix up, so I probably need to just use I counted on the next round, next couple of rounds. We got this. 2, 4, 6, 8. Mm-hmm. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Mm, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. Um, Let me see if I do it this way without the slip knot. Will I get a different thing down in there? 'Cause I don't like the way down there. I'm gonna finish this one before I get off, but I might finish right at the time. So, all right. Like I said earlier, I'll be back tomorrow, 8 to 10 p.m. Central. I might go ahead and finish this one before I get out. I mean, before I come back and probably work on Yoda tomorrow instead. We'll see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What you mean how to end? Six, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just put small yards. Let's do it. 6, 7, 8. If you're talking about the arms, I'm getting ready to end them now. So you push. So I'm gonna Let me buy slip stitch this real quick. So you're gonna close it up like this, pinch the end of it. I'm gonna go on my first stitch first so I don't get confused. And go into like the eighth stitch. And then you're gonna grab the yarn and crochet them together. Now I'm going into my second and seventh stitch. You should do this, have to be able to do this 4 times. Third and sixth stitch, and fourth and fifth stitch, and crochet them together and close. So it should be closed now. It's closed. The top of it is closed. So that's my arm, y'all, and I finished right at time, right well right after time. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm gonna be done with him before I think before I go back live tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll try to start with Yoda or Princess Leia or what's his name on my list or is it Jabba? Let me double check. I think it's Jabba. Yeah, Jabba. So I got Jabba on the list. I got Yoda on the list, and I got Princess Leia on the list, and I think that's all I'm gonna do. And I think I might do smaller characters too. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your night. Peace out.